Hi guys, greetings from the Pacific Northwest. Bo here. Thought I'd do my top 10 favorite garage rock records of all time. First, we should probably start with side note. Garage rock albums generally aren't really great albums. Garage rock is generally 45s. It's what the hardcore collectors are pursuing. The one-offs, the hard, the private presses, the popular in the Midwest or in the East Coast, in some little podunk place, and only 500 copies of something exist. But because generally, if it became a hit and it got on an album, they surrounded it with a bunch of filler that was either the record label owned or maybe these guys had a few songs. They did a lot of covers and whatever they could. They just to surround that hit with some songs, and then they'd push the album out. So it's pretty hard to find something that's considered a garage rock album. Generally, for example, the Count 5 Psychotic Reaction, I don't necessarily consider that a great album, but that is a great song. That's why the Nuggets set is so popular, or Pebbles, stuff like that, because that's how people acquired these in general. So, but anyhow, in my opinion, there are a few. And you'll see some, and you'll go like, well, why did you pick that? The hit is on the other record. Well, because this is the better album. I enjoy this album more, even though the hit might be their best known song. Anyhow, always got to start with an honorable mention. So coming in, you got to turn it up to 11, right? It's Garage Rock, so we're going to turn it up to 11. Coming in at number 11 in my top 10. Number 11 is the Electric Prunes Underground. This is a German press, and it's on Reprise. It's the two-tone. And most of these guys, of course, are known for the hits Too Much to Dream and Get Me to the World on Time, which is on the first album. I don't even care for Get Me to the World on Time that much, but this one's pretty. This has more of an album feel, starting off with The Great Banana Hoax. Dr. Dogood's a good track. Captain Glory's a bunch of good tracks on here. The thing with the Electric Prunes is with each subsequent album, there's fewer and fewer original members left. By the time they're doing like those, they're doing the Catholic Mass or doing the Jewish service with Mass in E minor or F minor. I have them over here, believe it or not. I just can't think what they're called. But I digress. Sorry. There are fewer and fewer members and more studio musicians. It's more of a David Axelrod driven kind of project. But this album's really good. This one has a nice album feel to it. So that's my honorable mention. So number 10, top 10. See, and here's where we start with once again. Well, Talk Talk was the big hit for these guys. Well, yeah, but I definitely prefer Bonneville Music Machine. The first one is on. I can't remember what label it's on, but it's not different now. But after Talk Talk, so now they switch over to the Warner label. This, of course, has Eagle Never Hunts the Fly, and Double Yellow Line, Mark Ditch. Double Yellow Line. I don't edit. I'd edit that out. Just drop the record. Struggling here a little bit today, guys. But this has much more of an album feel. The first one with Talk Talk has a ton of covers. I mean, Cherry Cherries, it comes to mind. 96. They cover 96 Tears. That's a ton of covers. And this one's more of their original material. He had been kind of, Sean Bonneville had considered himself, he wanted to be a folk artist at one time. In fact, his third album, T.S. Bonneville, which I also own, is considered a folk album. He later was an actor. Everybody's seen the B-movie Swamp Thing? He plays one of the henchmen. Sean Bonneville does. He's one of the henchmen in the movie Swamp Thing. So that was number 10. Number 9, Sky Saxon, Seeds. This is Web of Sound. Of course, it's on the GMP Crescendo. Once again, the better songs are Pushing Too Hard and I Can't Seem to Make You Mine. They're on the first album. But this has got Mr. Farmer. Trip Maker's really good. A Faded Picture, man, that's a really sad song. I love that song. And of course, it's got the long jammer Up in a Room, 14 minutes and 27 seconds. So kind of a little bit more experimental. The first album, this one might be, some people might consider this more psych. And there's going to be some debate on some of these. Some people are going to be like, well, that's more of a psych record. That's, I still think of them as garage rockers here. I think it's when they do Future that they're testing more of the boundaries with psychedelia. So, and Seeds, Sky Saxon, it's a good record, folks. That was number 9. Number 8, Standells. Yep, not the Dirty Water album. Though I love the song Dirty Water, but there's covers on it. 19th Nervous Breakdown and some other stuff. This has got, although they cover Painted Black on here. Sometimes good guys don't wear white. Why pick on me? Or a couple of garage. I mean, what is garage rock but teen angst? A lot of people, see, that's the thing too. A lot of people, when they think about garage rock, they go, well, garage rock is, what it really started out was just kids trying to be the Beatles or the Rolling Stones. In their garage, they form bands, they do 2 or 3 chords, and they play some songs. They play whatever they could play. But it's become known later to us that collect the genre as that kind of proto-punk, teen angst, fuzzy guitar kind of stuff. And this is actually, they also cover My Little Red Book on here, which was a love song by Love, Arthur Lee and Love. Standells, rest in peace, Dickie Dodd, who'd been a Mouseketeer at one time. This is a great album. So 7, The Leaves, All the Good That's Happening. This is my favorite version of the song Codeine. Nowadays, guys are mostly known for the hit. They actually are the only ones that had the hit with Hey Joe, believe it or not. A lot of people think Jimi Hendrix did. No, The Leaves, the only band that actually had a top 40 charting hit with that. But there's so much good stuff on here. Like I said, Codeine, Flashback's really good. Twilight Sanctuary is a pretty good song. Garage Rock, classic. I've already lost count, so let's see. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7. Here's 6. Number 6. Northwest Legends, the Sonics. Man, The Witch. Bum, 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 bum. Strychnine's on here. I mean, these guys invented punk music. Psycho. Good Golly Miss Molly, which is a cover, of course. But, a lot of people think that this is a stereo copy. This is an original. That the Northwest had kind of a unique sound in those days. Dawn and the Good Times. Not this album that was popular on Epic, but their first one, which is on Wand, is a really heavy garage rock record. Now, with Etiquette Records, the Wailers were really popular too. The Wailers, anyhow, how you'll know how it's an original is if down here, if it says Tacoma, Washington. If it says Seattle, Washington, it's a reissue. Etiquette Records was a Tacoma label. This is a Tacoma band. They were not a Seattle band, even though they're the Sonics. They were before the Seattle Supersonics. But like Nirvana, they weren't a Seattle band. They were from Aberdeen. They were an Olympia band to me. But anyhow, the Sonics. This is proto-punk, man. This is garage rock. Jerry Rosalie. Excellent stuff. Was that 6? I think that's 6. 5. If I get the count wrong, oh well. You'll see all the records. You can count yourself. I went to school in Shelton, for crying out loud. I have no education. This is actually, not putting this at number 1 is pretty hard for me. This is on the Dunwich label. This is the Shadows of Night, Backdoor Men, mostly known for covering the song Gloria. They had a hit with that. But this is some fuzzed out blues, heavy. I mean, the Bad Little Woman is, and they cover Hey Joe on here. Tomorrow's Going to Be Another Day. High Blood Pressure. Their cover of Spoonful. A lot of guys get Spoonful. These guys that do it, it sounds downright evil. I mean, buzzed up, nasty, snarly stuff. Look how tough they look too, man. Shadows of Night. Number 4, Northwest again. A lot of people are going to be like, really? Aren't they kind of poppy? It's a mono copy. This is a great record, man. Paul Revere and the Raiders were garage rock. Kicks, which is not on here. My favorite song on here is "That's a Great Airplane Strike." That's got some of the nice, crunchy, fuzziest guitars we're ever going to hear. In My Community, "Oh to Be a Man," Good Thing was a hit. But yeah, start to finish, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Mark Lindsay. I highly recommend. These albums are easy to find, cheap. So seriously, that's number 4. Number 3, Easy Beats. Friday on My Mind. Yeah, and this is the one with the hit, but this is my favorite, man. They cover River Deep, Mountain High. This has actually got kind of a soul feel. You could make a point for calling this a little bit of Blue-Eyed Soul. Sea Lion Woman's good. That's what I'm really trying to think of. Well, Pretty Girl's really good on here too. Vonda and Young, the brother of Angus and George Young, or he is George Young. Angus and Malcolm Young of AC/DC, pardon me. He was Angus and Malcolm's older brother. He produced some of the records. Him and Harry Vonda formed a duo called Flash in the Pan that were really good too. But Friday on My Mind, that's my number 3 favorite garage rock. Number 2, Heavy Hitters, last two. A lot of people are going to go, man, that's a psych record. Yeah, it is a psych record, but I also think you can call this a garage record. And this is an original stereo. This is the 13th Floor Elevators, A Psychedelic Sounds Of. It's a great album. It's, of course, Fire Engines on here. You're Gonna Miss Me. My favorite track is actually Roller Coaster, which is the second song on side 1. Rocky Erickson, we all know the story of the 13th Floor Elevators. Austin, Texas, international artists signed a lot of these bands, man. There was some good stuff going on, but Rocky got in a bit of trouble back in the day, possession of marijuana, chose to go to and get, I guess, help for his problem in an institution. He got shock therapy. He was never quite the same. But, back then in the state of Texas, you faced real serious prison time for simple possession of marijuana. So, 13th Floor Elevators, what might have been this. How You're Gonna Miss Me wasn't a mass. I mean, I know it just barely missed the top 40. It was like a number 41 song, barely missed the top 40. Dick Clark liked these guys. Last but not least, drum roll please. Number 1, Richard Boone. No, Richard Boone. He is number 1. But not this. Chocolate Watch Band. Mark Loomis, Dave Aguiar. Dave Aguiar still, I think, tours. Mark Loomis has passed away. But Dave Aguiar is the front man. He's also a very learned astronomy professor. Lightham does a lot of touring and speaking on astronomy. But he was the front man. And if you want to ever check out how tough these guys were, how cool they were, there's a movie called Riot on the Sunset Strip. They're in it. The Standells are in it. I believe the Sons of Adam might even be in that movie. And there's clips of the Chocolate Watch Band playing. So you should check them out. They were really cool. I mean, you can check out the clips on YouTube. Let's talk about Girls. Midnight Hour, which is a cover. Dark Side of the Mushroom. You're all going to be there at the Love Inn. Are you going to be there when I make my mark? Expo 2000, Gossamer Wings. I mean, come on. Come on. Come on, it's on. Anyhow, Chocolate Watch Band. Mark Loomis is kind of an underrated guitar player. And the beautiful thing about the Standells and the Chocolate Watch Band, Ed Cobb managed both groups. They both ended up in the same movie together. And that's kind of what led to the breakup of the Chocolate Watch Band, is they thought that Ed Cobb was spending too much time promoting the Standells and not enough time promoting them. So, Los Altos, California. Anyhow, that's it. My top 10 all-time desert garage rock favorites. So, might do some record digging this weekend, might not, might go get the oil changed in the car instead. So, probably should do that instead. Be more pertinent, wouldn't it? Protect the car, buy records. Can I do both? Picture a man. Picture a man wearing glasses. You've entered the Clint Walker zone. There's Clint Walker. Wait, I couldn't make it as a weatherman. Clint Walker! Clint Walker, ladies and gentlemen. Clint, there it is, Clint Walker. The storm front will be moving in from the east. As you can see, the mountains are full of snow. See you next time. Bye.